Before we start, I didn't know apparently Tennessee isn't what they were last year. I mean, I knew they weren't that.
Yeah, but I'm hearing that they're nowhere near.
That's crazy.
Yeah, but I don't believe it though. I hadn't watched him play. Well, I've seen a couple highlights of what's his name, Joe Milton, and he just beefed up. He a little bit bigger than Jalen Milroe.
Yeah,
he can throw a deep ball, but just like Jalen Milroe.
Yeah.
And I hate to keep attacking this dude, but I mean,
Milroe,
the numbers, bro. And his intermediate, I think, who was it? What's his name from Alabama on YouTube?
Cal
Henderson. I think he was talking about his numbers. I think, but his intermediate throws, he's rated like a 49. But I think he's rated pretty high for his deep ball. You know what I'm saying? Because it's been pretty accurate. I mean, proficient.
Yeah.
Or efficient. It's crazy. Like I said last time, man. I hate this feeling though. I hate the feeling of me being mediocre. Yeah. I try my best not to be even mediocre at work. You know what I'm saying? And, we dealing with this, mediocrity.
Yeah.
That word. Yeah.
That's sad. Alright, well, okay. So, Tennessee week. I wanted to address the run game. Coach said that Jam Miller, Justice Hayes will start getting more playing time. If we get them playing more, I think we'll see a difference in the way the offense flows.
Oh, yeah, for sure.
They run so hard. I don't know if they plan on. I don't know the rules for redshirt freshmen. You can play in a certain amount of games.
I think it's 4, but I think after 4, if you play after that 4th game, then I think you get rid of your redshirt.
Okay. I don't think Justice played.
I don't think he's played maybe once, twice. Yeah. Maybe so.
Yeah.
I mean, they got something in the tuck with him.
Yeah, he is so physical and runs low. I love it. And Jam Miller, man, he plays like I like. So talk about the run game. I want to talk about the run game. Obviously, the offensive line. I was listening to head coach Nick Saban.
Yeah.
Some dude called in talking about the O-line, and coach talked about what he thought that fan thought we should do for protection. He's saying add another tight end because Proctor's getting killed, or running back to the left side, or just doing something. Everybody thinking the same thing, basically. So, again, what do we expect out of the offensive line this weekend? I want to address that. The receiver corps, Isaiah Bond, I was looking at his highlights. That brother has so much potential, but I get so sad when I be like, well, we don't feed him the ball.
It's crazy.
He is so skilled. I was looking at his highlights from high school. Like, this dude is not the same dude at Alabama. I feel like we got him in handcuffs. Mm-hmm. He got to get the ball in his hand.
You know what number he's wearing?
17.
Who was in that same predicament and wore 17?
Cam Sims. And Cam Sims was a baller. When I was watching was it yesterday? I texted you. I said it was yesterday because unofficial coaches was like did the breakdown of the SEC game. Yeah. But coincidentally, I was God is my witness. I do it all the time. I was going back just opining for the old days.
Yes, bro.
And I was just looking at the game. I was like, man, Cam Sims when Tua got in the game, I was like, who in the world is that? He was that good. Calvin Williams looked like a different person.
Yep.
Like, Tua made them that much better offensive. Like, the weapons. The way he was looking, like, there was you had to guard the whole field because you had no idea who was getting the ball.
Because he's pinpoint accurate.
Yeah.
And he's still like that in the league. But bro, when, like that.
I don't think he knew what we had. If he could have stayed healthy, my God.
Bro.
Yeah.
Tua was just, he's different. He's a different quarterback.
He's different, yeah.
It's crazy that he throws left-handed, but he does everything else. He's right-handed.
Yeah.
Well, that decision was on my dad. My father, at a young age, my father made me throw with my left. I had to hold the ball with my left every time. I guess he felt he was the only lefty in our family, and he wanted one of his kids, I guess, to be a lefty as well. Other than that, I do everything else with my right. I kick with my right. I write with my right. I eat with my right. So the only thing I do is throw, shoot with my left. That's it.
Could you foresee a situation like Patrick Mahomes where your left hand is maybe blocked by a defender and you switch to the right hand and throw?
Probably not. Probably not. I'm not that talented. I don't know if I can say I'm that talented.
Yeah.
But do you know how that happened? Well, I think it was a story. His dad's left-handed, and his dad taught him how to
So
throw.
he's actually right-handed.
Yeah,
I didn't know that.
but his dad is a lefty,
Yeah.
and his dad said he didn't want to be the only lefty in the family, so he taught Tua how to
That's
throw and do
crazy.
everything left-handed, and the dude is amazing. Throwing with this.
So he
left-handed.
ambidextrous.
Yeah, but I mean, I don't know if he can write and everything with
With
his
the
left
right-
hand, but he can
okay.
sling that rock
Dang.
with the best of them. It's crazy.
Yeah, but we had something special with that.
Yeah.
But I mean, the receiving core, not Cam Sims, but Isaiah Bond,
Yeah.
so skilled. He got to get the ball.
Bro, him and Prentice, bro,
Yeah.
it's like we got some diamonds, bro,
Yeah,
and we can't get him the ball.
yeah.
And
That ball was so
but
much.
man, just I don't know. Either way, but what else? You want the running backs?
Running
I
back,
mean,
O-line,
O-line, receiving core.
receiving core, and the secondary. Well, what are we midway through the season? What is it? We 6-1?
Yep, this is game 8.
8? Okay, so just about midway through the season because we still got SEC championship game. Your grade, I think we talked about it last time,
Yeah.
but the grade you would give the team midway through the season. And you know, I get upset because I get, you know, we talk about football all the time, but patients at work and whatever. I didn't get a chance to tell them what I felt about this team. Like, we talk about betting like they 6-1 or whatever, but I said I don't feel like we're 6-1. I feel like we 5-2 or 4-3.
Man, I feel like we got 3 losses.
Yeah, it don't feel good. It don't feel like good wins.
Of course, Texas, USF, that was that was
That was the worst game in the
And-
history.
Arkansas. Even though we won
That-
the last 2 games, but USF, I have no clue where that team came from. I have no, like, it's like, this is USF, brother.
Yeah. Yeah.
It
Yeah.
was, I was like, wow. And
But I said one of the DNs had a career day.
yeah,
A career day against Alabama.
yeah, that's crazy.
Like NFL film. All
And yeah. Exactly. And because it's against, look who your opponent, you playing one of the, supposedly one of the best teams in the nation.
Yeah.
And they put up 17 points.
17 points. Man, oh man. And coach blamed head coach. He was basically blaming the left side of the offensive line or whatever on the youth. Like he said, okay, we had 10 juniors and seniors going to the portal. And because of that, I don't know if you watched it, but he said because of that, now you gotta fill those bodies with freshmen and sophomore, and then you gotta develop them.
Exactly.
So he said you can't just plug and play, which I understand that.
But, I mean, okay, to my understanding,
To me,
this
that's
process
not
goes. They would get recruited,
Mm-hmm.
they commit, they sign, they arrive on campus. What do? Are they ever like, okay, well, they go through the training and go through camp and all that, so then they figure out like, okay, you're good enough to start, or you're good enough to be the number 2 and 3.
Yeah.
So who's getting, so the focus, or is it up to the player to be like, okay, in order for me to get better, or they say, this is where I need to improve, do I need to go on my own and work on this? Because you can't, they can't work on it in practice.
Yeah.
Like, so I mean, is it up to the coaches or is it up to the players to develop themselves?
It's the coaches, man.
So then who would you blame it on? You can't blame it on the player. 'Cause the
I
player,
said it Sunday. I blame
Yeah,
the coaches.
yeah.
I blame Nick
But
Saban.
so you would still put blame on, you wouldn't, because it's like he's signing off on the way what these coaches are doing or how they're developing these players.
Yeah, if I allow what's continuing to happen, where we see at least 4 sacks a game at a minimum, if I'm the head coach, I can go to the media, I can talk to the team, I can tell you all day long about how I don't like what's going on the offensive line, and I can blame it on you. But if I don't make the corrections, I'm allowing it to happen. I'm condoning it. I'm concurring with the offensive line coach saying, I'm okay with what's going on because I'm going to label this as growing pains.
But if that offensive line coach is saying, you know, I'm doing, or I feel that I have the best players in position, can coach be like, okay, well, take these two, put these two in there, and we just deal with it, or is he just putting it solely up to, or the starting position? I know coach has the final say, but are these position coaches coming together with the assistant or the other assistant coaches and saying, here are the players that we feel that are ones, and then they go to coach, and coach says, okay, yep, I agree with all this, and then it's done? Or
that's what it seems like. Or they're just looking at what players have been the most consistent in practice, who's becoming predictable, and predictable in a good way. Where if I'm working offensive line, if I'm in practice and I see Caden Proctor, for example, and I see him compared to there's a Pritchard that gets who's behind him, or did they move whoever they got behind him. If I look at Proctor and the backup, if I see Proctor's more consistent, then I go, he's like, okay, that's what we keep.
But if you know damn doggone well, he just ain't cutting the mustard. So you just, okay, well, he's better than this guy. But we're just gonna keep him there.
Yeah, and that says, how bad is the backup to say that Proctor needs to be there? You mentioned that last week, or somebody mentioned it, or something I saw. But that thing ain't good. And the sad thing is, I mean, I get frustrated just thinking about it, how much praise people were giving the O-line before they even played it down, saying, oh man, it's a basketball line, this is the O-line of the year. I said, my God.
What's that dude named?
I know they have an opinion.
Cole Cubulett. He didn't actually say this, but I felt like he was saying, just go ahead and give them the Joe Moore award. And I was like, oh, okay. No. He's been to the practices, so he's seen these dudes. So I'm like, oh, all right. So, and I think he was an offensive lineman. Yeah. So he know what he's talking about. So I'm trusting. So boom, we got to have a stout offensive line, and I've yet to see them. I don't know where they're missing on me. I don't. But that's why I say it's at the beginning of the season. I just felt like maybe we had the talent on the roster. It's just they hadn't plugged in the right dudes yet. But bro, this is game 7. I mean, game 8. It's too late. We're trying to plug and play, or trying to get the combination right. But the combination that we have is just not working. Like, who, as a fan, Jalen is a tough dude, but doggone, I hate seeing that dude get wrapped up in the backfield.
There was a play
4 or 5 times a game.
Where it said there was a play that UA coaches, unofficial coaches broke down, where it was crazy. As much as I'm gonna stop bragging on Milroe, I say how I feel about him all the time. But the messed up thing is when sometimes when Milroe wanted me to throw him the chance. There was a play. Okay, what is it? Milroe's right-handed. So Proctor's on my left side. He stands up, he turns. Before he took a drop back, he was already on the ground. And I'm gonna show you the video when we get done with this. But he didn't have a chance. He couldn't even look. And this is in Milroe's defense. He didn't have time to make a read. That's how bad Proctor got whooped. Where the dude, literally all he had to do was come wide and Proctor couldn't follow him. And then he got right to Milroe. I said, my God. Matter of fact, I think that dude, UA coach is so funny. He said, he didn't even say nothing. He just said, ooh. That's all he said. And moved on to the next play. That was so funny to me. But that's what it deserves. It's when the things just watching you be like, I'm not on words now at this point. I don't even know what to say. That's how bad.
At this point, it's it's a pride. It's got to be a pride thing. It has to be. Yeah, okay, you've got to be getting your butt whooped every week, and it's you look at it most of the time. It's because of you, or you know what I'm saying. You gotta just take or accountability. And like, damn, it's because of me. Dude getting sacked. I mean, I don't know what this dude's doing. I don't know if he's working extra or what, or he just don't care. I don't know, but it's at this point, you know, with coaches, probably taking accountability. Everybody from top to bottom needs to take a self-check and be like, okay, I need to be better. But it's just like everybody start just content with being like.
Perfectly said, I need to be better. It can't just be on the players, they gotta do it with coaches too. When Deion Sanders, when they had that terrible loss last Friday, he said, we gotta be better. And it's post-game speech. And he said, coaches included, everybody need to examine themselves and see where your heart is in regards to your love. Yep. Are you just in like with this, or do you love it? Yep. And like Deion said, I love it. The same thing with Bama. Like, do you love going through this process? Okay, and if you do, it's gonna show. Because like Coach said, you don't have pride of performance, and you won't be getting beat every day like that. Like a sign of, we talk about the process, or back in the day when Coach was talking about dominating your opponent, or dominating the person that's in front of you. If you just solely thinking about your assignment, you can't be beat. Exactly. Because you're looking at your opponent, you're looking at the guy in front of you. Or if they're doing like a stunt, you gotta pick that. You think about that. There gotta be a level of trust in the O-line. Coach brought it up in one of his interviews where he said, if I know I got help on the inside, why am I getting beat on the outside? Yeah. If I know my guy next to me is gonna take care of inside, I'm working outside. Yeah. There's no way I'm getting beat on the edge because I already know help is right there. I trust him enough to take care of that dude. I'm gonna take care of the outside so that dude ain't getting around. But it ain't no trust there. It looked like a lot of hesitation. And this is how you know when what's the dude that been doing all the interviews like the O-line? He helps Proctor. They say he's like his guy on the field. Tyler Booker.
Yep.
That tells you a lot. If I gotta have Tyler Booker on my side to coach me through, okay, that's cool. But what if he's not there? You gotta have other teammates. It's more than two people on the O-line. They gotta be a trust there between everybody.
Everybody. I mean, and there's no trust there. Then if you don't, why? Why? I mean,
or can you just not retain the information that you need to adapt and play? Exactly. You know what I mean?
But if that's the case, then what does that say about the backup? Is the backup just? Are they just
radio? Yeah.
Cause I mean, granted, I don't know what goes into being an offensive lineman. I don't. Yeah. Other than what I see on TV, but I don't know all the technical, all that. Yeah. But I've seen or most of the offensive linemen that I've seen are pretty intelligent. Yeah. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah. And I'm sure if you study, if your job was solely football, and if you study and take your job serious, it's just like being in the military. If you take your job serious and you study, this has never happened in the history of mankind. If you have never seen somebody work hard, discipline themselves, and be poor.
Yeah. It's
doesn't happen that way.
It can't happen. It's impossible for it to happen.
It's impossible to happen. And if Proctor is taking this serious, again, we know he's 18, he's a kid. But when you sign up to play football in Alabama, you know this is a different thing. This ain't just playing college football. Bryce said it himself, coming from the West Coast to down south, he said everybody knows football. It's a different thing. People care about it more. Yep. And it's the truth. So he got to take that, I kind of want to play, I kind of want to be great, I kind of want to go to the NFL. Because that's what it is. It ain't, I really want to go to the NFL. If you did, you can't wait to get back on the field and redeem yourself. You won't be constantly getting whooped like you are. You know what I mean? Mm-hmm. You are almost working yourself to exhaustion to get better, to learn your opponents.
Yep.
If you take it serious, that's serious.
If you I think that's where it shows. That's why I don't want to completely come out and just say that he's not doing it. But I mean, the proof is in the pudding.
That's in the pudding.
It's, I mean,
Yeah.
men lie, women lie, the numbers don't.
Yeah.
They don't. So
I heard a quote this weekend, last weekend. Matter of fact, I heard it a while ago. I just reheard it last weekend. The guy said, "How much feces do you use on your peanut butter and jelly sandwich until it becomes a feces and jelly sandwich?" Meaning, if I'm looking at bullcrap on the field, if I thought it was PB&J, but all I'm getting is bullcrap, how much time do I need to see that this is just bullcrap? This ain't no longer PB&J. This ain't working.
no, it's
It
not.
don't mesh. It don't blend. So we gotta fix it. And my thing is they trying to make a mess palatable.
But that's why, to me, it goes back to the offensive line coach.
Mm-hmm.
What are they doing?
Yeah.
Like,
Or where's the intensity?
there ain't.
You don't see no intensity on the O-line.
The only thing I can
don't.
say with this team is on the defense.
Mm-hmm.
You can see the hunger
Yeah.
in the defense. You can see them. I mean, yeah, they have lapses in judgment, and they take plays off here and there, but the intensity is there. The want that I don't want to let you beat me. I can say like 85% of the time, them dudes are locked in.
Yeah.
Of course, that 15 that when the penalties start happening and all that stuff, but they are a lot more locked in than the offense,
Yeah.
and this is just an uneasy feeling. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
But either way,
Yeah.
I'm tired of talking about offensive line.
Yeah.
For real.
Yeah. And one more point, not just on the O-line, but sometimes we just don't look prepared as a team.
Yeah.
I guess we can transition out to that, but like when you see all the penalties, whether it's defensively or offensively, sometimes that's a shot, not just to the coaching side, but this is probably more on the players, where you just don't look like you're ready to play, and that's not good. There was always a time when Bama played where it's like, oh, they ready to play. When you're ready to play, you're not seeing 17 penalties a game. You're not getting flustered by the crowd because your mind is locked in on your opponent, the guy that's in front of you trying to dominate.
But does that go back to the coaches? Like, what's happening during the week? Like, do they get the game or the game plan? Like, okay, coach approves the game plan, gives it to players.
Yeah.
All right, we'll see you guys on practice.
Yeah.
Okay, we walked through, or we did what we did, or what coach wanted us to do. All right, boom, see you guys later.
Yeah.
All right, until our next meeting time.
Mm-hmm.
What's really going on?
Yeah.
Are they like? Is there no intent? Like, because you, what do they say? You play it like you practice. What's going? Is it lackadaisical around the facility? Is everybody just chilling? Everybody just cool, being buddy? But I mean,
it seems like people just be chilling, man. I don't know. When I go back, watching a lot of old Bama games. Again, I go back and watch that 2008 game, my conversion game against Georgia. That team was so flawless and so focused. It was unbelievable. And I think that took the college football world by surprise because I swear, I was not used to seeing that in college football. I know LSU had their thing, but as a whole, seeing a team that locked in, that dominant, that was not normal. Not normal at all. I know people talk about like Nebraska from the 90s and the Miami teams, but even when I look at old Miami, that didn't look nothing like Alabama. They had the talent, but this was different because it's just how they was built. It was the mentality. It was the aura of Nick Saban. I mean, freaking beat Bama became the college football battle cry.
Yep.
I don't see nobody doing that for real no more. That's at the same time, by the way. But where's that level of locked in, of intensity, of discipline? Because we got discipline ourselves listed on the wall. Teamwork, effort. You don't see it on the field. That starts with it. It starts with QB play too. Like, you gotta trust your quarterback to be the most disciplined leader on the field, to be the most prepared person on the field. And if my quarterback is making mistakes, what do you think about the other team? What the other parts of the team? If the center's throwing the snaps, what's that say about the rest of the O-line?
Yeah.
It all speaks to each other. Everybody got to hold each other accountable. Where's the accountability? You know, we saw with Georgia, when the two linebackers in the national championship because Bama was getting in each other's face, and the next play, dude made the right play.
Mm-hmm.
That accountability, you got to do your job. You know, I know it's a game, but this is how we almost decided to make a living.
Yep.
Accountability, do your job. Dallas Turner had it a little bit. Who was he getting in the face of? One of the linebackers, I don't know if it was Campbell. Lawson.
Yeah.
But you got to be there in that face. It's not being mean. It's just saying, dude, this is what we
You like
anchor down. You know what I mean?
Play your assignment or do what you need to do, whatever. Or
Yeah.
I'm screaming at you. I'm screaming on you.
Yeah.
You missed that.
Yeah.
Like this is stuff we went over. You know what I'm saying? You shouldn't miss that. You're not gonna miss that next time.
Yeah. And who's the alpha on the defense calling the plays? Like I know we got Lawson and all them guys, but
I think they're saying. I think the alpha they're saying is Malachi.
Malachi?
Yeah.
Okay, if he's the alpha, I need him calling plays on the defense. Like, I should be able to, if I'm watching the game on TV, I need to hear him, like, tapping someone on the butt. Hey, there, that gap right there. DB is pointing up, they're going deeper, something like that. Communication.
Yeah.
That is how you play. If you look at Georgia, how we used to be, they communicating constantly. They are talking. Like, it's not just everybody standing there saying, okay, wait for them to snap the ball. They are communicating from start to finish.
They're looking, they're pick, and Kirby real good at coaching players with different keys. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
He's on the sideline, he's signaling to players, and players are talking to each other.
Yeah.
But you see coach doing that, but there's nothing like it's not like that. There's really no communication. You know what I'm saying? But I don't want to say it's. I guess it depends on the lights, meaning like the who the opponent is, but it don't matter. Like you thought if that was the case, then Texas shouldn't have beat us.
Yeah.
Because if you get up for your opponent or whoever you're playing, like okay, then you sure didn't get up for Texas, and then you didn't get up for USF, and you barely got up for Arkansas. So
and it shouldn't be. Oh, go ahead.
No, go ahead.
And I was gonna say it shouldn't be so that you have to be provoked to play well.
Yeah, exactly.
Or prompted or poked to say, okay, they poked the bear. Let's wake up and see the giant. Guess what? Newsflash: if you're a giant, don't be asleep.
Yep.
Go impose yourself on somebody. We gotta wake up.
Yep. But I'm telling you, if we come out and you know what, I want to beat Tennessee, and I just want us to have a decent game, a complete game. But it kind of where we are in the season, I really hope we don't hit our peak.
Yeah.
Because we hit our peak, then we got a bye week, and then I'm not sure who we play. I think we play LSU. Ain't no way in the world that should be the advantage, but with this team, you just don't know.
You don't know, man, because they're unpredictable. They're unpredictable.
Which you want it to be unpredictable, but shoot, man.
Unpredictable. Oh, you want predictability in the sense of if I know, let's say, podcast for example, we become predictable when the audience we record. We know every Friday they're gonna drop a pod at 5:00 on a Friday afternoon. Let's say, for example, we know it's gonna be there. But if you we've been in the past. Okay, we'll pod today. Okay, let's go like a month without pod. Okay, we'll pod again. That's just unpredictable.
Yeah.
I don't know what you're gonna do.
Yeah.
It's the same with every position. Like unpredictable in terms of play calling is a good thing, but in terms of my players, I need to know that he gonna do his job. Well, I can close my eyes and guarantee he gonna be there. I ain't gotta think about it. It's just about how it's gonna happen.
Yep, agreed.
And we just missing that.
Yep.
We missing it.
And it just, like I said, or like we've been saying, it's a collective effort. It is from top to bottom. But hopefully the bye week, or after we beat Tennessee, this bye week, everybody does a self-assessment, and we come back focused, man, and we finish the season strong. Not saying we got to go out there and be beating everybody up by 100 points.
Yeah.
No, I just want to see consistent, like good, consistent. Be consistent. You know what I'm saying? Like, let's not have a touchdown drive and go 7 drives without a touchdown or a field goal. Let's move the ball. Let's be great. Let's end the season on a high note. Let's gain the confidence of the fan base, because man, it's a lot of Bama fans that don't like this team. Of course, like, they have no confidence in this team. Like, I was talking to some fans today, and they were like, man, we just don't know. And the lady was like, I don't even know if I'm gonna watch the rest of the season. I was like, wow.
Yeah.
So that's crazy.
Matter of fact, I was talking to a patient or somebody at work, and they said they were talking about what game was that? There was a game last week. They said I couldn't even watch the game last week, man, because I was just so tired of just what I was seeing. Especially when when Tennessee had, not Tennessee, but when Arkansas had closing at, was it 24-21?
Man.
I can't even watch it no more. It was that bad.
Because it just came out of, I don't want to say it came out of nowhere. It was just like, all right, boom, somebody got beat. All right, then boom, happened again. It was like, okay, they scored. It was like, okay, all right. So it's 13-24.
Yeah.
Boom. They scored again. 2 point. I'm like, oh, wow. I'm like, this is ridiculous.
Yeah,
I just turned it off. I was like, I need a break from this, because it was like my emotions went from being high or low, and it was just like, I can't take this. I need to take a break from this. But
where do you think, where are we midway through the season? Where do you think we are starting to develop at? Like, develop in the sense of, where have we gotten better? If you look at the previous games, it ain't much to look at. But where have we seen, at any position, do you feel like, oh man, I'm okay. I like what we look like right there.
On the defensive side, the secondary, I'm cool with the, like, cause I've always been with Bama. I've never really been really confident in our secondary, other than when we had who else was of course, during that tenure,
Miller,
D. Milner, them dudes, dog on it. Well, his son committed that.
Kirkpatrick.
Yeah. Him, like, them dudes.
There was only one game I wasn't confident with the Kirkpatrick year. Man, it was that year we played South Carolina. They was Alshon Jeffers and the boys from South Carolina. They was cooking under it. We could not. That was a crazy time. That was a crazy time. 2020.
Yeah, I'm confident in the secondary, because but in the other, let's see.
Your point on secondary, I'd be confident in the secondary. It's the fact that nobody be turning their head looking for the ball for picks. Ain't nobody ball hawking. Like, when we had Eddie Jackson, he was a ball hawk.
That dude.
You saw when he picked off, end zone.
Yep.
Somebody made a play. Then it was the ball in the end zone. He's just a naturally gifted. Give me the ball. He would look for the ball. I don't. That's my disappointment in the secondary. I agree though. Like, that's a bright spot for me. The secondary. If Malachi, I know you said Malachi practiced this week.
Yeah.
That's a bright spot for me.
Yep. Now, on the offense.
And if there's not one on the offense, you don't have to say that there's one on the offense.
I've seen a lot of improvement by the receivers. Just like, because at the start of the season, you had a lot of players dropping balls, not really hustling. Now, I mean, you see it. Like, they're out there. If they get an opportunity, balls in their area, for the most part, they're making a really good effort at trying to get the ball.
Yeah.
So I say the receivers. And of course, our kicker. I'm loving Will Too Real. So, yeah.
Mine is the same. Well, versus the same. I like the secondary. Mine is the not turning the head looking for the ball and pick. I'm surprised at the linebacking crew. The linebackers are better than what I thought.
Damn, you're right.
The linebackers and the D-line, well, specifically, is it Keenan? Tim Keenan Jr. or something like that?
What's the number?
Dang, I don't know, 94, I think.
I'm not sure.
I think he's been beasting on the D-line. But anyways, that's been the bright spot so far.
Yeah.
That's the area where I've seen where they look better now than what they did against, let's say, Texas.
Damn, yeah, you're right. Yeah, I agree.
They look much better. Offensively, the running back position, specifically with the backups with Jam and Hank.
Yeah.
When they do play, like they run a little hard. And Wardell has been a bright spot for me. I really like the way he runs the football. Like he is a joy to watch.
Yeah.
And I hope he comes back next year.
I think he will. Unless he gets a decent draft grade and coach gives him the, I recommend that you go.
Yeah, but it's a tough spot for running backs too. Like if he does get a high draft grade, I can definitely understand him leaving because running backs are not being paid in the league.
They don't. It's almost like it feels like the death of the quarterback, pretty like for real.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
Like nobody wants to pay.
Yeah.
Running backs.
Yeah. So the bright spots have been the running back position with Jam and Justice and Wardell, and then the front seven, really D-line, really all the defense.
Mm-hmm.
I'm pleased with the defense.
Yep.
And I just want us to have a shutout again, or not even a shutout, just one touchdown. Let's not make a close game.
Yeah.
Let's actually beat a team and be sound, defensively from start to finish. From start to finish, from the time the kickoff happens to the end of the game, we're not worried about the scoreboard. We worry about, you said the key word that you heard from Coach Prescott was execution.
Yep.
That we are looking at executing from start to finish. That's how you see constant development when your mind is solely on executing. It ain't on scoring the most points. It's about making this play for that slant route, hitting that hole, making the right read, making the block. You take a step. That's the process. I think Coach need to go back, and I'm getting hyped right now. Coach need to go back and start emphasizing that process.
Yeah.
Doing your job one play at a time.
But who's to say that he's not? But maybe, maybe the players are receptive to the message.
I was about to say that. Does that message still resonate with today's players? Given social media, that type of work ethic. Why would I think about the process when I can go get paid? We talked about NOL last week.
But
why would
you also said we need some youth, or we need somebody that a coach that can relate to the players, that knows how to, not saying that, coach, he can't get on their level. I don't think he can, I'm sure he could get on their level and, talk, but I don't think he can, other than using his name and what he's done already, it would be hard for him. I think it would be hard for him to try to, get on, especially the level of today's kids. You know what I'm saying? He's not on social media. He doesn't have any presence on social media, and I'm sure he don't know the lingo, and so I think we need somebody he needs a right hand that is young, that can know how to spit this game to the youth and know how to motivate them in their language.
So you agree with that? You feel like we need somebody on staff?
Yeah, I do agree there, for sure.
Okay.
Because it's like, not saying...
You're not saying Coach can't get the job done.
Yeah, but we just need... It's his way in his language. Like the way the way Coach Saban puts it, you know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
We need somebody that can take his message, what he just said, in the way he said it, but they can break it down on the level to how these kids think and how they operate. And like, look, man, this is what he's saying. This is what we need you guys to do. Boom, boom, boom.
Yeah.
But I'm knowing Coach Saban, he's probably saying why. Well, if they were committed to the process, they would probably why we need to bring somebody in to do that, blah blah blah.
But you know what's crazy about that? If you talk about a commitment to the process, a lot of the kids, there's a lot of people. There's a girl I work with, and she didn't know who Malcolm X was.
Wow.
There's a generation of kids that don't know certain things, or haven't been through enough things, or been taught by their parents about perseverance, discipline, commitment. And if you're going off somewhere like Alabama where that's the mantra, but you don't know what it's about, it's hard to commit to something that you don't know. Because now you're just going into a feeling, you know what I mean? Or you just being recruited on legacy. Whereas if you see when Bama first started, this is why Coach talked about Julio being his favorite. He did say like one of his favorite was because Julio believed before anybody else came. Like he saw the vision of what they were trying to do, and it came to fruition. It happened. And a lot of kids now, they coming off the backs of the championships, the always winning, the legend of Nick Saban. It's no longer I want to contribute to. It's I just want to be at Bama because I think I'm gonna get to the NFL. Thinking that wearing the crimson and white is gonna put you God tier and that you're gonna show up and win. That ain't gonna happen.
Nope.
We got the message. Nick Saban, if you hear me, if you need me to come preach, I will.
We sure will come up.
Like the message has to be no longer about it gotta be this is the process. This is about team. It ain't about stats, the numbers. It's not about a Biletnikoff. It's not about whatever quarterback. It's not about it's none of that. None of that matters. Do you want to be better than the man in front of you? And if so, discipline yourself. Commit yourself. Because if you do that, this train is gonna be full steam ahead, and we ain't gonna be stopped by nobody. That's why for at least 10 years we were darn near unbeatable. Because and then we never got blown out. To see a Bama team lose by 10 to Texas at home, you would never saw that early on in the dynasty in the round. Because it just didn't happen because we weren't thinking, we Alabama, they gonna give up at some point when they see
or just thinking people are scared because that's Alabama, so No,
this is a mentality. It's an indoctrination that this is when you come to Bama, but Denzel said on Remember the Titans, when you put on that uniform, you better come to work. You better come to work. That's how it gotta be almost psychotic. You gotta come to work.
But but if you look at the previous teams, that's how they were. It was all, it was that. Or it was nothing else. It was just like, this is what it is.
And let me tell you who I feel played a big part in that. And I apologize for jumping over.
You good.
But who I feel like played a big part in this. Strength coach.
Bruh.
Cochran, Scott Cochran. He brought that intensity.
Bruh.
I mean, fourth quarter, the whole game. Fours up.
Jumping up and down.
Jumping up and down. The whole yeah thing after the Jumbotron. That's a whole movement right there. Like they did 60-minute interviews on him. Bama had a culture. The culture don't feel the same no more. You gotta reestablish. We established it back then. Let's reestablish it. Reestablish what it means to be built by Bama.
That's it.
Reestablish that mentality, that attack, go get it. That discipline. I'm not jumping off sides. My man got me here. We are so locked in. That pride.
You were not gonna beat me.
Man, oh my gosh, yes. Man. That's what it used to be. And that's what we gotta return to. That's what it has to be.
It has to. Because if it does not, it's gonna continue to get worse.
My biggest fear is that and maybe I went a little bit overboard last week when I talked about the decline or whatever like that. But I'm just saying that's how it feels at times. It feels like we're starting to tiptoe in muddy water and say,
it's not that bad.
It's not that bad. But a toe becomes a foot.
Bro, we got a whole foot in there right now.
And next thing you know, you're bathing in it and you're saying, well, I'll just be satisfied with clean water, but I'll still be. That just ain't it.
That's not it.
We gotta be wanting to be that team again.
Alabama used to be the standard
of
college football. Everybody wanted to be like Bama. But now that's not that. And I know everybody's going to be their own team or whatever, but it's just nobody fears Alabama. Nobody.
Nobody's fearing
Like,
Alabama.
you got, and I hate to keep bringing USF, but they was ready to play. They wanted to give us a nail.
Yeah.
They played hard as hell.
Yeah.
And of course, we get everybody's best.
Best game.
Which you would think that, like, okay, I know I'm getting their best, so I gotta put up maximum effort. But it's just like, don't seem like that. Like, all right, boom, all right, I'm gonna play. I'm on this play. I'm on this play. I'm on this play. All right, I'm just gonna take this play off. You know what I'm saying? I'm taking a break real quick. I'm tired or whatever. Boom, he just got beat. Oh, the quarterback just got sacked. Oh, my bad.
Yeah.
Boom, boom. Quarterback just got sacked. Oh, yeah, that's my bad. All right, now I'm back. No, brother.
Yeah.
We need you focused the entire game.
Entire game. And just that focus and that intensity and the want to. Again, I hate to keep harping on the past, but every quarterback, there's an element where you see, like Jay Coker, for example, when he was our QB. There's a game where you just see, oh, that's that want to. I can't remember what game it was. It could have been the national championship. No, it was plenty of moments before then. But go back and watch that 2015 season.
It was his first. It was the Ole Miss game when he got put in there.
He had moments where he would be like, he wasn't the most talented. He wasn't the most accurate. But what he had was a heart. Like, there was a time where we needed a first down. He basically just was diving for touchdown or first downs. Just really putting his body on the line. What I wish Jalen would do, what you lack in ability as far as the position, bring that in spirit. Not getting hit, making a throw, and then being excited that you made the play. I need to see that for a first down.
But I think what he thinks that is the celebrating, or and I mean Bryce used to do it too, but and I wasn't the biggest fan of Bryce. We talked about this. Yeah. I was not the biggest fan of Bryce. At the end of, like, at halftime, running to the beginning of the tunnel, trying to slap everybody's hand as they're going in, which I get, but it almost seems forced. You know what I'm saying? Like, all right, I'm the quarterback, so I gotta do it. Yeah. No, man, it shouldn't be forced. Like, everything should be natural, and it should feel that way. But it's a lot of the stuff I feel like he's doing just because, like, all right, I think I should be doing this, or I should be doing this. Yeah. I don't know.
And what I mean, going back, just like examining the team. One of my favorite players at Alabama, Tony Brown. Crazy, Tony Brown said that.
Yeah, number 2, baby.
But there was an attitude these players had. Even Devontae Smith, to a lesser degree, he had the mentality of, I'm the best receiver out here on a squad with Waddle, Ruggs, and whoever else. Like, he had it in him from freshman year. Like, it was there. I don't see the alpha, and I hate using that term alpha, but if I look at the defense, I can't say Dallas Turner's the alpha, because if I see him, he just seems like a nice guy. 2-parent household, clean guy, naturally gifted, 2-sport athlete, athletic, can run, can play football, but he don't come across as an alpha. The same with a Kool-Aid McKinstry, 2-sport athlete, nice guy. He looked like, I can play corner, I can return kicks, but his mind is also, what party am I going to go to tonight? That's what it feels like. He's Kool-Aid. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Arnold, same way. Malachi Moore is the only player that gives me a throwback Bama feel.
Malachi and Caleb Downs.
Caleb Downs give me that. I'm going to be honest with you. I'm glad you brought up Caleb Downs. Caleb Downs, and I'm not just saying this. We talk about, and I know I'm probably just gassing myself up, and I'm not the only one that kind of see this stuff, but there are certain players I look at, and I be like, that's an Alabama football player. That's
I do the same thing.
Caleb Downs, I feel like that about, I felt that way, whether he's playing good in the NFL or not. I felt that way about Mac Jones.
Yep.
I can't say I felt that. Tua was just naturally gifted. He just flat out a good quarterback. Mika obviously embodied that.
Sure.
Eddie Jackson embodied that. And it sounds like I'm just listing off great players. But there were players
Mark Ingram,
but there was players that weren't as famous or as effective as those people that I felt was just as good.
Cam Sims.
I like Irv Smith at tight end.
Yep.
Mike Williams for the 2010 team.
Yep.
I thought he was a good Alabama player. I mean, you name it. These are players that just like fit the mold.
John Mechie.
John Mechie. To me, Will Anderson didn't fit that because he just seemed like a nice guy that was just athletically gifted. Great player at Alabama. But to me, in my mental, he didn't make up the mold. Bryce Young is in that same category with Will Anderson. Seemed like a nice guy, but didn't make up the mold for me. Reuben Foster, Goons. He embodied that energy. Like, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
Like,
and
you see,
he showed that on the field. Like,
and showed on the field.
Like, I'm the
dog,
Yeah.
yeah. And he made Leonard Fournette feel it plenty of times
Oh, yeah,
with
for
LSU.
sure.
Like, these are players that I feel like they make you feel it. Ain't nobody, there's a couple players that just don't make me feel it. You got players that make plays, again, like Bryce Young, Will Anderson, they gonna make you plays.
Mm-hmm.
But who will make me feel it? You know, the heart of the team. Tell me, try to identify who's the heart of the team. Okay, we just kind of mentioned it with Downs and Malachi, but I need a little bit more.
Oh yeah.
I need like a dog to emerge.
But that's why I said I don't. Well, maybe, or maybe the right players aren't on the field because you can't tell me. I'm sure it's somebody. It's got to be somebody in waiting. Like as soon as I get my opportunity, it's a wrap.
Yeah.
I mean, because if it were me, bro, I'm waiting for the dude, especially if somebody's in front of me. I'm waiting for him to slip up. Like, oh, boom, it's my turn.
Yeah.
Now I'm about to. You never getting this job back.
But
it don't seem like that wanted isn't there.
Yep. Yep. You talking about somebody being behind you, like if you potentially go for somebody else's spot.
Mm-hmm.
This is the thing that just came to my mind. Oh, let me find out good.
Yeah, it was 12, 15.
15 is before?
If I'm not mistaken, it
Now you
was
see
15.
something. Now you see now. You done fucked up, you know that, don't you? I see what I'm saying.
I thought.
No, so, you know what I'm saying? You done fucked up now, you know that, don't you?
Yeah.
I know you done fucked up, don't you?
That's what be going on in my head. If I'm the backup and I get some playing time, I'm saying that. You know you effed up. Because you ain't getting back. It's competitive. It's competitive drive. And it's keeping somebody on their toes.
Yep.
I'm on you already know.
But that's it. But with the and I hate to go back to the offensive line, but it just shows like, damn, I guess buddy behind him. It's like, well.
And that can't be. That's what we're bringing up. I gotta be so relentless in my pursuit of excellence that if I see Proctor, they should be able to say, get him in the game.
Yep.
And if I get that opportunity,
It's a wrap.
you know you done effed up.
Yep. You will never occupy this position again.
Denzel and Training Day, you will never see the light of day.
Yep.
But that's how I gotta be. I want the competitiveness gotta be back. The desire to be a champion.
Yep.
Not play like a champion.
Be.
When they walk out of that tunnel and they hit that be a champion, be a champion.
It's got to be in you, but
It gotta be in you. Don't play like one, be one.
yep.
And to be one, you gotta do things that champions do.
So would your outlook? Well, no, it's gonna take more than the game because if they come out,
No, it could change. It could change. Well, no, 2 games.
just say they come out against Tennessee and we end the game with 5 penalties and nobody had any brain farts and we look dominant. How about we? And I think we played LSU. And we show LSU we're dominant against LSU. If we had those 2 back doing that 3 week, if that happens, we back.
Standing ovation.
For sure.
Round of applause.
And I'm talking about it doesn't have to be no perfect game, like no penalties and all that. But if it's just minimal penalties in the entire game, like we had, like first and second half, there was no big, like we come out first half, have a decent first half, come back, there's no drop off.
Yeah.
We're consistent, like good, consistent play.
Yeah.
We back, baby.
We back.
And we better be
Mm-hmm.
in like 7-8 territory
Yeah.
of the CFP poll.
Yeah. And I think we would like come. We win tomorrow dominantly. Bye week win LSU dominantly. We gonna be in striking distance. We gonna be in that 6, 7, 8 range. Come SEC championship time. That's gonna be our pickup.
Yep.
And I would listen. Nothing would please me more is if Coach, he's a candidate for Coach of the Year, whatever it is. I can't remember the actual name of the trophy, but he's a candidate for the Coach of the Year. This would be, and you said it before, his best coaching job in the history of his career to get this team together mid-season, not even at the start of the season, mid-season, correct the mistakes, get everybody aligned.
He would deserve the award because the mentality of this team right now is no, they're not thinking as one. They're not a team.
Yeah.
But
Yeah.
let him by the end of the season get them clicking on clicking on all cylinders, and they show it on the field, and we go and end the season and win the Natty. Give him the award.
Yeah,
Give it to him because you
That's
can't. Who would have done a better job? Now, if Dion would have, if they would have went, maybe if they had maybe 1-2 losses at the end of the season, and finally maybe ended up in the talks, then give it to him.
Yeah.
But if Coach Saban takes his team right here and they win the Natty, give it to him.
Oh yeah, absolutely, absolutely, man. I hate to cut the pod short, man. I gotta get something to eat.
Man.
I do like what we talked about today, and I'm looking forward to tomorrow, 2:30. Revenge. We didn't even talk about that. We'll talk you want to pause something?
Yeah.
I literally have nothing else to do coming up. Next Friday, I might be going to Birmingham. For my niece's, my cousin's homecoming game. This is her senior year, whatever. That last home game. Now, Hoover High School was terrible this year.
Really?
Yeah, Hoover, they should be a really good football program. This is the worst. I went to one game. I went to, when I was on orders in Montgomery, I went to Hoover and Vestavia Hills. Hoover's bad. They look bad. Like, it looked like Carroll High School in Ozark can beat Hoover. That's how bad it was. Yeah.
Dang.
But did I talk to you or maybe somebody else about how they used to recruit players?
Oh, yeah.
I thought, they said that.
Did you say, they...
Because Carroll, Coach Ronnie Cottrell, former recruiter at Alabama, when he was there, he was trying to do that crap. And he ended up quitting. And the principal quit too, coincidentally at the same time. I think they knew something was coming out of the pipeline. But, yeah.